Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Trickett, and yes, guys, this is another amazing edition of Wake Up with Trickett. And if it's your first time rocking out with me, hey, what's up, guys? I hope everything is going good. It's a little after 4 a.m. in the morning. I know. I get sleep when I get sleep, right? And I got to put in work when I got to put in work. It is what it is, right? I felt I had an important message. And I felt I just had to get it out. So I do what I have to do because that's what I do. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to say, if you are returning to check me out, no matter if you're spying, copying, trying to be a carbon copy, it's all good. I ain't even mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll never happen. And so everybody's welcome in the house of Trickett. Come on in, you know what I'm saying? Everyone is welcome. I am the high priest. So I am all knowing. So it's not like you're going to pull anything over me. And with that being said, guys, I'm just having some fun. But I do want to get serious right here and share a message with you guys right now. And guys, that message is, I want to talk to you guys about the dark arts and the people that they go to get this stuff done, right? For all of us light workers, positive people, people that walk in the light, believe in uplifting, motivating, encouraging, and just being a helping hand, right? Instead of a negative hand for your own selfish needs, because that's what they do. Everything they do is out of selfishness. It's a self thing. It's not a we. It's not a us. It's a I thing. I. All their sentences start with I. I want this. I don't know why they got this. I. It's all self. It's all selfishness, right? And so we know for us that are at least striving, right, to do what's right, we know what? We know that we must get rid of the I, because it's the I that's going to be your biggest enemy, right? That individual in the mirror is your competition. That individual in the mirror can either make you or break you, depending where you are energetically, right? So, wanted to talk to you because I heard something disturbing from a reader. And I'm thinking, okay, you're representing, positivity, right? But I was just tripping off what she said. She was like, look, guys, practitioners that cast spells or obviously, they work in the dark arts, that's not held against them, because when you go and you get something done from them, that's not their intentions. That's your intentions. And that's how they get paid, and that's how they pay their bills, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you are crazy. This lady had to be on crack from 1980s and still sprung off of it. She's crazy. She didn't come tell me nothing like that. Because that's craziness. If that would be the case, guys, that's like saying the drug dealer who is not making you take the drug, right? But you go looking for the drug dealer because you want him or her to do, they have what you want, right? So that's like saying they're not doing any wrong, setting up shop in your neighborhood. Obviously, they live behind a mask because they all live in fear. They're all cowards. They all have to have a double life. They can't just be straight up like us light workers and let people know who you are straight up, because, we have nothing to hide. We bring these clowns out of darkness, drag them in the middle of the street to the light, like vampires. We let the sun hit them and I'm melting. They disintegrate. You know what I'm saying? Because they hide in that cockroach energy. They hide in the dark. And like cockroaches, when you turn on the light, they all run, right? They all scatter. So if that would be the case, based off of what this reader was saying, they wouldn't take drug dealers to jail then, right? Because, all I'm doing is just selling the drugs, right? That's all. Or if you were prostitution, you were a pimp, or whatever the case may be, you would always be able to hide under, well, all I'm doing is just providing a service. That's it. I'm just providing a service. And if they came to me because they wanted it, it wasn't my intentions, it was theirs, but then you put the work in. You cooked the drugs, you made the drugs, you made the potion, you put the herbs together, you said the connotations, I think that is, over it. You said the words, let me say it like this, you spoke the words over it, right? For it to do what it had to do. You put in the work, right? And then gave it to them, and you try to wipe your mouth clean and said you did no wrong. You're a clown. You're a clown. What do you mean you did no wrong? You made it, genius. You made it. You spoke the words that had to be spoken. You put the negative energy. You called on whatever demonic demon that you feel is your friend, your loved one, the one that has your back, that said, through your good days and bad days, I'll be like Jesus. I'll be there for you because I love you. You're on some crazy stuff, right? But I'm here to tell you guys, these practitioners that people are going to, that all wear a mask, because none of them have the guts to say who they really are, because they know they are doing wrong, right? So I'm going to give this reader a pass, but she was most definitely slow in what she said. I mean, you know me, I'm not worried about anybody or anything. My ancestors do not play, and I will war with anyone at any time, because I am an expert at spiritual warfare, and I have never taken an L, ever. But I got a whole laundry list of people that I have laid down, and a whole lot of practitioners that I have laid down in more ways than one. A whole lot of them have dirt over them right now, because I'm no joke. It is what it is, right? Because these people are doing spells or what? It's not wrong if you go to somebody and you say, I want you to kill someone. Really? Isn't that the same as hiring a murderer? Hiding under a name of a practitioner? I'll do a death spell. And these clowns that do love spells, what is that all about? Yes, I came up with something that you can bend someone's will. You can force someone to do what you want. Basically, now you're a mini god in that person's life. That practitioner is a clown. They ought to be lucky that us light workers don't band together and just make a task force going after practitioners that do this type of spell work. And then we all start speaking what we got to speak, and then we let the war start. We let it begin. Bring that junk. The light never loses. Have you ever seen an angel lose against a demon? I don't know. I haven't. If you guys have, leave something in the comment. I've never seen that. Have you ever seen God lose? I mean, come on now. Have you ever seen the universe take an L? Have you ever seen Jesus lose? Have you ever seen the light lose to the darkness at any given time? I'm going to give you some time to think about that. Time's up. No, you haven't. So now you got to believe in their woo-woo that darkness actually wins the light. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, they've done so much magic that, they believe their own hype. They're drunk off of their own ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, they actually think, yes, I can win, but I need God to wake me up. I need God to give me good health. I need God to get me through the day. I need God to protect me from any harm, any danger, no accidents, no sickness. No, really, I'm telling you, these guys are so backwards that they look pathetic. No wonder why they hide. I'd hide too if I looked pathetic. I would hide too. But, I look great. So, Hiding is not an option for this chosen one right here. You know what I'm saying, guys? So check this out. Anybody that goes to a practitioner is going to no more than a drug dealer, okay? No more than a low budget drug dealer. You can paint it up, spray some good perfume on it, cologne on it, to try to make the garbage smell good. But at the end of the day, guys, it is still garbage, straight up. Because what they're bringing to the table is nothing positive. Now, these same people might have, well, I have some positive spell work that you can use on yourself to help you, whatever, improve yourself. That's like the drug dealer that gives turkeys out on Thanksgiving. Yeah, he does some good from time to time, but you're not looking at the body count. You're not looking at all the shootouts. You're not looking at all the negativity they put out for the little bitty good that it appears that they do. Mother's Day comes around. Yeah, they rent out a really nice place and they feed a whole lot of, mothers off the street or single mothers. And that is a good deed. We're not going to take away from that, right? But to get to that good deed, how many bad deeds had to take place to get to that good deed? And that's where we're at right there. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that these practitioners that take money to attack people that they don't even know. So now they're like bullies, right? But they're cowards. But thank God I have the gift to jump into anybody's mind at will, no matter who you are. I can just dismantle you from within the inside. And you have no gifts like that. You can't even fathom that type of power. So, because if you could, you'd be using it all day, but you can't. You can't even get into my head. Nobody can. But I can get into anyone's on the planet at will as often as I want. So these practitioners that take money to hurt innocent people. Have you ever met the person? No. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm just taking money. I'm getting paid to put in the work like a hitman. I don't know nothing about the person. I only know what you told me, whether it's true or false. I only know what you told me, and I want to get paid. But we all have heard the saying that goes, all money isn't good money. Everything that shines and glitters is not gold, right? But to these retarded, lame, low-vibing, karmic practitioners, they'll take $1 and they'll put whatever spell work on anyone. On anyone. That's why when they come across this chosen one, thinking that I'm just regular, every single one that has came against me has all fallen. Their families has had to make arrangements. I'm no joke. I'm not regular. I'm far from it. When they come against me and then they hear me pop in their head 2 seconds later because there's no secrets to the high priest, then I'm able to just start shredding their brain apart. They're like, you didn't warn me about this guy. You did not tell me that he had these kind of gifts and abilities. And now, they're sitting up or laid out somewhere. Sitting up in a wheelchair or laid out somewhere because they messed with the wrong chosen one. And because to them all money is good money, they ran into someone that if they had a second chance, they would have walked away. So I disagree that because they're not putting out the intentions, that they're not guilty. They are guilty as sin because they're putting in the work. All the ones that I've had to smash, They've all had their little altars, lighting their little candle, calling on whatever demon that they're calling on to do their bidding. And they didn't know. These clowns don't even know spiritual rank. They don't even know that. I guess they never was taught that in demonic school. They don't know that there's ranking here. Like in this 3D world. There's rank. Manager, supervisor, CEO. There's rank. And I outrank every demonic demon. What do you think I say? Go ahead and call whoever you want and give them my name. Make sure you spell it right. Make sure you say it right. I wouldn't talk like that or speak like that if I didn't have that rank over them. That's because I've had so many death spells on me. Tons of them. None of them work because I'm doing a video. But see if you can find the people that were doing them. See what their life was looking like. See how they're living. See what kind of karma they're dealing with. See how my ancestors came to them. My ancestors are warriors. They don't play about me. When I call on them, it's war. We are bringing it. So your little 1 or 2 demons that you pulled up, I hope you're ready because I got warriors. I have an army. And we will go to war. And I'll put on my black spiritual gloves because I like to war with them. I don't just call them. These clowns are scary. They call their demonic entities because they're afraid, and they send them while they hide behind their altar or wherever they're at. I actually put on the gloves and join my ancestors. Tell them to hold you down so I can be the one that takes you out. So I can be the one that is stomping you. I like to be involved. And the only time I'm not involved is when they say, nah, you got to sit this one out. We got it. Because they know. I don't want to just give orders. I want to be involved. I'm on the front lines with you guys. Let's roll. Let's do it. And when it's all done, I put out an offering for them because victory after victory I've had with them. Victory after victory. But unfortunately, that practitioners can't say that. And their family members can't say that either because, well, it is what it is, right? You got to learn one way. You either be wise or you learn the hard way, right? So I disagree with practitioners. I do. Because to me, they're nothing but bullies. Because they attack people that they don't even know. And then they do it in secret and they do it hiding and they do it behind a mask and they got so much to hide behind. But yet and still, you have the clowns that are like the witches, the warlocks that are too weak. They go to these people to get the dirt done because they're there not to get light. They're there for dirt. They're there for the negativity, guys. That's the only thing they represent is darkness. So their whole house is darkness. They got wicked kids. They got wicked husbands. They got wicked family members if they all participate in what they're doing. And if the kids don't, they're wicked anyway because they come from that seed and they're growing up seeing that garbage happen all day. So unfortunately, they don't have any positive influence in their life. They got every time I get upset, if you're a witch, I'm doing black magic. Every time I get upset and you're a warlock, I'm doing black magic. Like that's the only thing you know how to fix your issues. And if that was working, then your life would be great. I don't get these people. Why don't you just do black magic to win the lottery? Because they can't, guys. These are clowns. Why don't you just do black magic to have millions of dollars overnight and then that way you don't have to, really? If you were all that on the black magic. If these practitioners were all that, why aren't they billionaires? Why don't they just summons up $1 billion, 100 million? Why don't they just summons up the lottery ticket and just win as often as they want to until they don't want to no more because, they got quote unquote powers. Man, they ain't got no powers. They sell out to a demon that outranks them but they don't understand spiritual ranking, so it does not outrank someone like myself. Or maybe like yourself, because I don't know who I'm talking to and I don't know the rank that you may have. So I have to speak on myself because they don't outrank me. So these people do not understand spiritual ranking. So they get dealt with. They take an L, and that L's for losses. Because these clowns just don't understand. They just want to take the money because to them, all money is good money and all money is not good money. And everything that shines and everything that glitter is not gold. Straight up, it isn't. So guys, people that make these spells, I don't care what they call themselves. If they're making any kind of spell that they got to call on a demonic demon, and then they're a loser. Tell them I said it. Now what? They want to come against me, and then I hope they have life insurance. Because if they really want to roll the dice, and then roll the dice straight up, I guarantee you my family won't be throwing dirt on me. I can guarantee you that. But can you? And are you willing to run that risk? Take a look at your family and kids before you answer that. Because that might be the last time you see them. I mean, because these people, they'll take money to do anything. Dark magic. Try to bankrupt you. Take your money. These people are so crazy, they even think that they can take spiritual gifts that only come from God. Tell them, do you have a spell that can beat God? Because they're so crazy, they probably think they do. Yeah, just use this and you can control heaven. just pay me X amount of dollars and you can control angels. These are clowns, guys. Their ego is so far out there. They actually think that they can swap lives. They actually think they can swap destinies. Like, really? These people have watched way too many TV shows under the influence. This ain't Bewitched. Twinkle, twinkle, and now all of a sudden you're where you want to be at. You got what you want to get. You got what you wanted to get. If it was that easy, you would have had it. Why are they going to work? Why has a practitioner got a job if he can just cast a spell and get something? These people are clowns. Why aren't they all millionaires living in big mansions with the best luxury life, wearing the finest of the finest, having the best of the best? They're not. Because if you were looking with your eyes wide open, you would see that they're just humans that are just slow. And they dibble and dabble in the dark arts, and they make deals with demonic demons that when they don't deliver, those demons just turn on them, put a whipping on them. What, you thought they were Jesus? I'm going to love you through the good and bad days. No. Doesn't work like that in their world, bro. It just doesn't. So, and these clowns, they just don't get it. They just don't get it until they get it. And then at that point, it's kind of like too late because they're suffering extremely bad, or it was just checkout time. You know what I'm saying? So, because, those demonic demons ain't going to be playing. It's like the mafia. If you come to me and you need my help, I might have to call on you one day. And you can't say no. And if you come to me and I give you my help, and then when I call on you, your mindsets change, you're a different person. And you're like, I'm not the same no more. They're like, look, that wasn't the deal, bro. I did what you wanted at the time that you wanted. And now that I'm here because I need a favor, I don't care if you just had a baby. I don't care If you're a preacher, I don't care. If you're loving light, it means nothing because you weren't at the time when you called on my help. And if you do not give me a yes, well, then you already know how they handle business. It's the same for the demonic demons that these practitioners deal with. The same. There's no difference. And they got to do all kinds of foul rituals, sell their body, prostitute themselves out. They got to do all kinds of weird stuff to try to get power and please their demonic demons and all that. That's when you dibble. That's when you're dibbling, dabbling, and living in the dark arts. You got to do all that. You got to act out of character, because that's exactly what you're going to be doing, acting out of character. But when you work in the light, there's no acting out of character. When you work in the light, you get to still be you. There's no bad karma. There's nobody that's saying, look, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. None of that's on the table, guys. You get to have a clean life. Something that they'll never know about. You don't have to wear a mask and hide and pretend that you're someone in front of other people because you're even ashamed of who you really are behind the mask. So I just wanted to say that these practitioners are no better than anyone else that is out there doing evil or negativity. No better than the bully, because they're bullies. Anybody that tries to attack somebody that you've never done nothing to, never met them, don't know them, don't owe them nothing. And they're like, well, come to my store and tell me what you need, and here you go, and I'll show you how to do it. And if you're not strong enough, and then you can pay me and I'll do it to them. And I wish you would. I wish you would. Let me say that one more time. I wish you would. Because you will be taking a loss for real. A real loss. Because people don't understand ranks. And people don't understand not everybody can be messed with the same way other people can. They just don't get it. Until they get it. Because they're so greedy, they're just willing to take $1 from anyone. You know, I put out the warning in hell, because I control all demonic demons. I put out the warning. Look, if anybody is trying to come after me, make sure you give them this warning. And then I say what it is. And then it is what it is. So now if they still have ego and they're like, well, I can do it. Well, then, hey, it wasn't like you wasn't warned, right? And that's just another one under the belt, another notch on the wall. It's, hey, that list just gets bigger and bigger for those that have, because they have ego and pride. Until their family members are like, wow. And I'll leave it right there, because it's just like, what happened to daddy? What happened to mommy? What happened to daddy and mommy? Yeah. Ego and pride had them get shipped off because they thought that everybody was the same, and not everybody's the same. Because they don't understand spiritual ranking. They just think everybody's on the same level. These guys are clowns. Clowns. And why do you think they hide? Because they know there's repercussions too. They know they might have crossed some wrong person. That's why they ain't saying what they did. That's why the practitioner is not saying who he is or who she is. Because they know that, hey, I might have crossed somebody that when they find out who I am, and then I'm done. In life as I know it, well, it is what it is, right? So what do they think I'm giving it to you. I already did what, you paid me to do. And why do you think it's all in secret like that? Because they know. Because they know, trust me. They know not everybody's on the same spiritual rank. And then when they come across somebody like me and I'm in their mind in 5 seconds talking to them, They're like, what? Who are you? What? How are you in my head? Then I just start shredding their brain out from the inside. They never had that happen before until it happens. Because these guys have so much ego, they think that they have dealt with everyone that they can deal with. They don't know that, the high priest knows everything. So no matter what you try to do in secret to anyone that's affiliated with him, God, the Most High, who they can never outbeat, outrank, in the angels, I've never seen lose. They're just going to rat them out and tell the high priest, hey, this is what's going on, and this is the guy's name, or this is the lady's name. And then they know what kind of gifts you have. And so instantly, you're in the person's head. And you're like, hey, what's up? You just did something? And they're like, because they never came across that. They're stuttering so much, it's like they have an instant speech impediment. Who is it? Now all of a sudden they love their kids. Now all of a sudden, home looks like home now. Like, I ain't ready to leave. Like, what? Now they're trying to cook something up. They're trying to come up with something that they think can actually deal with someone that just had angels speak to them. These people are slow. They are slower than molasses, guys. They're so slow. So I'm just saying that the practitioners that practice in this negative energy and the dark arts, they're losers. And they'll never win because losers never win. And they got to go hiding their entire life. They got to wear a mask their entire life. They got to live in secret their entire life. And they have to be liars their entire life. They got to lie. They're always lying. You don't hear them speak boldly like me, or boldly maybe like you, or like us as a collective. They don't speak boldly. They hide. They got to lie. No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't have nothing to do with it. No, they got to lie. Cowards. False evidence appearing real. They live in fear. That's what they live in. They don't speak boldly. That's the people in the light. Nah, bro, that was me. Who was in my head? Me. You want my channel? What? They ain't saying that. Want my address for them? They ain't saying none of that. Trust me. These people all are cowards. They ain't walking up to you in the street and say, hey, I'm so-and-so. They ain't saying none of that, bro. They're trying to pretend like, I didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. They're so nervous. They're so scared. It's like when the mafia shows up to your business and all of a sudden, you got 8, 9 guys that walk in your shop and they're looking at you like, what? And all of a sudden you're like, because you're scared. Because you didn't think that they would find out. You didn't think nobody would know. Because you worked only on weak people and you were a bully attacking people that you didn't know. And then you try to hide behind, well, I'm doing it for a client. That's like murder for hire. I'm going to call a client wanting me to make this person poor or take their finances or put illnesses on them. Really? Bring that junk. And all what you said will be cast on you 10 times fold. And this ain't no return to sender. This is straight up. Angels and spirit guides and ancestors coming to visit you and tear you down personally. That's what that is. This is a whole different game. This is on a whole nother level. And then the demonic demon that you sent, that's when he gets spoken to. And then he takes sides with me and with my ancestors. And you're like, how could that be? He's demonic, he's evil, but yeah, you don't understand spiritual ranking. If you would have asked him, he would have told you, I can't touch him. He outranks me in this spiritual world, in this spiritual realm. because God, genius, who created even me and runs the entire world and everything that exists, he calls the ultimate shots. And these clowns don't get that. They don't know that. I'm telling you, they're so slow, they probably think that I got a spell that can knock God out of heaven or out of the universe. I got a spell that can fix the universe. Wow. They're drunk on their own ego and pride. They actually think darkness beats the light. Where is that anywhere on the planet? Where? Where? Even when you get sick, you don't call on darkness. Why, when your son or your daughter gets sick, you ain't calling on whatever demons you're calling on? Why don't you call on them and say, look, my son is sick, and I am praying to you to heal my son or my daughter. Or why are you going to the doctor? Why are you going to that regular doctor that, operating in the light because they're actually doing their best to heal people? They took an oath to heal people. Why are you going to them? Because I'm telling you, these people are the biggest hypocrites. They are so confused. It is not even funny. They're like, well, because, they're not going to help me. Exactly. So now all of a sudden they get a moment of clarity. Bing! And they're like, let me go to the doctor, the guy that operates in the light. Because like I said in my last video, even these clowns know that they need the light. Even they know when they come in the house, they turn on the light. They don't leave it in darkness. I'm living in darkness. I'm practicing in darkness. So let's just leave everything in the dark. No, these clowns are like, let me turn on the light. I need the light. I need a physician at the actual hospital, not a practitioner that works in the dark arts, because I'm sick. My kidneys are bad, or my liver is bad, or I have heart problems, and my demons won't fix that for me. These guys are clowns, guys. I got to stop this video because these guys are just clowns. They make no sense. And that reader that actually said, no judgment will be held against them because they're not the one setting the intentions. That person was a clown. Clown. She was slower than slow too. Tell her to tell the drug dealer that is living in a great home, nice neighborhood, but his minions are doing all the evil. And then they come and shoot your kids, or they come and get one of your kids hooked, sprung, whatever. And they're like, well, it wasn't me initially that did it. But now you're trying to connect the dots. Now you want to get real smart, right? Now you want to be a lawyer now, right? Now you want to be an investigator. Like, no, wait a minute. But it came from you. Now all of a sudden you understand how it works. Man, these guys are clowns. They play so many games. Their minds are so messed up. They've lied so much. They lived behind masks for so long that they don't even know what they're saying from one moment to the next. They're just saying what's ever needed. But they really don't know what they're saying from one moment to the next because they're liars. They're not going to tell you it was me because they don't want those people showing up at their door like, what? And you're like, oh, snap. I got problems now. Yeah, you do. Why don't you try to cast a spell and see if you can get rid of them? Oh, gosh. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you guys right now because when I heard that, I was like, I got to do a video on this because this makes absolutely no sense to say that the practitioners they're clean from whatever negativity they put out. I heard one of these people on YouTube, one of these practitioners, she has a shop. And she was like, I had a guy fly from out of state and he wanted another man's wife. And I was like, it's wrong. And he was like, I don't care if it's wrong. I still want it. And she was like, but it's not right. You know, if you want it, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. I'm going to do it for you. But I just want you to know that it's wrong. And he was like, I don't care. The blood will be on my hands. And so she took this amount of money. And she said, like, within a month or so, the guy had the man's wife. Now, are you serious? Are you serious? If I would have known about that, I would have had my people come visit that lady. But that happened to him. I would have my people dismantle her entire family. Since that's the game that she wanted to play, I would have found out what kind of war she can come, because I'm an expert at spiritual warfare. I would have been ready. Let's go to war on this one. Bring it. Call on everything that you think you can. Work your candle jars, whatever you feel you can do. And let's go to war. And see, somebody would have lost and somebody would have won, and it would have been me losing. These people think they're slick and they hide behind words. But then again, this person made a spell to dismantle somebody else's home. I would have destroyed her entire house. Period. Point blank. I don't care what she felt, because she didn't care what she felt when she made that spell. And the guy came and she said, I called and he said it worked. And she was like, yeah, guys, I told you my stuff, it really works. Oh, really, lady? Oh, you really? Woo, better him than me. Because you would have had problems that, as my dad would have said, you would have wrote a check that your butt would not have been able to cash. You would have been in some real deep regret, because you didn't look like you was no soldier. You didn't look like you could swing them things and knock somebody out. You didn't look like you could box. You didn't look like you was some straight up gangster. So what happens when they show up at your door, at your relative's house, doing some really bad, evil, wicked stuff? What you gonna do? Cast a spell? Crazy. So anyway, guys, we have these people in life. Yes, they signed up to be evil. Yes, this is a school round. It is a school, a training place. And not everybody signed up to be love and light. You have a lot of these wicked people that signed up to be wicked. I want to play the role of a wicked person when I come to earth. So they're playing it, trying to act like they're not. But if I whip up something for you to take somebody's wife, now their children are missing a parent, now their husband or their spouse is missing someone, now you have just caused turmoil in somebody else's house, and you expect that your house shouldn't be touched? You are crazy. You didn't, what the problem was, you didn't come against a high priest when you did that, because then they would have got to download real quick who you were, where you stay, where you live. And then we would have found out how gangster you are. We would have found out real quick. But you guys do that to regular people with no spiritual ranking. So it's a bully. So you bully on people that can't fight you back, can't send nothing back, don't have ancestors, spirit guides that are willing to go to war for you. And they don't need no candle. And they don't need no candle or no potions and lotions, because it's coming from God, genius, who created everything that exists. What do you got for him? Genius, boy, I tell you. You got to love these slow karmics, but at the same time, you don't have to put up with them. And on that note, guys, that is my message for all of the practitioners, because God knows every single one that has been sent to me has been laid down. Every single one. I mean, if this was like a championship fight, that means I have never, ever lost. But every single one of their homes has been dismantled, because like she did for that man and had this man lose his wife and dismantled probably their home and caused grief and pain and all that for a few dollars. Well, you know, all their homes had to go through that same thing. Only because they were trying to bully someone that they didn't understand outranked everything that they were trying to send. Didn't matter if they was playing in the graveyard or they had the book of shadows or whatever else they thought they had. They didn't understand spiritual rank. They actually thought that these demons outrank angels, God. All your ancestors, like these people are just, wow, they need help. Not even the demon told them they got that kind of power. They just put that power on them. They just assumed they had that kind of power. You outrank God the Most High, right? Yeah, sure, whatever, dum-dum. Yeah, whatever. Oh, man. Anyway, guys, it's right at 5 a.m. and I got to lay down. Get some rest. Yeah, it's been a good night. Although I've had this genius in my ear since 7 a.m. Ex-wife has been, you know, she's a reverse high priestess. She's all backwards, distorted, no power. All her little fake practitioners she sent, none of them did anything. All the death spells that she's paid for, all they did was just take her money, because here I am, hey. It never works. Nothing works on him. I thought you guys said you were strong. We're calling on all kinds of demons. You didn't tell us that he outranked them. We're used to fighting regular people. That guy jumped into my head, man. What the heck? I've never dealt with somebody that was instantly able to come into my mind. And then if they want, just start shredding my mind from the inside out. How do I supposed to work now? How do I supposed to earn money for my family? How do I supposed to have a regular life when you sent me against someone like that was able to jump into my head and do some junk like that to me? Now my wife is pissed at you. Now my husband is pissed at you. Now my relatives are looking to beat you down because they're like, you set my daddy up, or you set my mama up, or my auntie up. You didn't tell us that this guy had that type of abilities. Are you serious? And you got to bless her heart, bless her heart. She's so slow. She's so backward. She's done so much magic and she's so corrupted that she's been working at it since 7 o'clock. And I jumped into her head, right? And I was like, look, I'm not even going to fight you back. I want to see what you're working with. I want to see how much power you got. And that was at 7 a.m. before the full moon was out, right? And now here we are at like almost 5 o'clock because she don't sleep. She got so many demonic attachments to her, right? So she's possessed and controlled by the demons that she thought was going to work with her, and they all turned on her. Now they all use her as a slave. So she doesn't sleep, right? She's up doing black magic, trying to hurt. I guess she thought she was hurting me. But she knows it never works. I mean, this clown knows that. But when you got demonic attachments, you just keep trying until your heart just stops, I guess, because you don't get it when it just ain't working. Like, look, we've done this 45 times. Covens, we've had everybody come and nothing has worked. I'm just going to keep trying, though. Maybe on the 50th time, you're just like, okay, we're all leaving. We quit. We're not working with you no more. You're crazy. All the stuff you promised us that if we band with you, we would get, we got nothing but laid down. We got nothing but bad karma. We got nothing but ancestors attacking us and whipping us. Nothing but angels. This guy's so highly protected and guarded. We had nothing but evil done to us when we thought we were sitting in the evil. Had us playing in the graveyard, digging up dirt, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, calling on all kinds of demonic demons, doing all these little sex rituals and all this stuff. And for what? Spending all this money, banding together. And for what? None of it worked. I'll just do it by myself. I'm going solo bolo. Well, you keep going on there, miss. Because she's been going at it since 7 a.m. and now she had all the full moon to work with. And still, I'm out here laughing, had a cold Corona, had a nice little meal. And this is my second video and I'm working on some music. Because, you know, your boy got flows. I got flows, bruh. So, you know, no, it's not working. Too highly guarded, too highly protected, too highly skilled, highly skilled. And I got gifts nobody on the planet has. So you're like, I'm going against someone that I don't even know all the gifts he has, but the stuff that he's displayed has dismantled everyone that I have ever used. And I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and still every practitioner never makes it. We'll just leave it there. So on that note, guys, these guys are clowns. Pray for them. And, you know, because we don't wish evil on them, right? We let them do that. Because what you put out comes back. So, you know, we pray for them and we just keep it pushing, keep living your life. God always protects his own. God always protects his chosen ones. And they have no spell that can outcast God. They don't even have a spell that can stop an angel. Don't believe me? Ask them. Hey, can you give me that spell on the shelf that stops the angels in heaven? How much is that one? Oh man, I gotta leave it alone because these guys are clowns. I'm out of here, guys. My name is Trickett, and I'm an earth angel. I'm a high priest, and I'm not from this planet. I'm in this body, but the stuff that I can do and I brought to the table when I came here is just on a whole nother level. It's extraordinary. So I'm just in this suit that I'm wearing, but I'm not from here. But I'm here to help, elevate, motivate, uplift, encourage, and show people how to come out of the dark. Why? Because I've already proved everybody that lives in the dark, even they need the light. And on that note, I'm out, guys. You have a wonderful and beautiful Saturday, and take care until next time. Peace.